What is up, everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and the new arc in the 7 Deadly Sins story is here in a big way. Some brand new plot points have just been revealed, and things are gearing up for another major, multifaceted showdown that will involve Meliodas, Elizabeth, and the rest of the Sins against the Demon King and his forces. We have learned a lot about where the story will be heading next, and that is exactly what I will be discussing right now. If you enjoy the 7 Deadly Sins content on this channel, you can leave a like to let me know. And if you're new to AnimeUproar, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And of course, I will be discussing the latest twists and turns in the 7 Deadly Sins story, so spoiler alert, manga spoilers ahead, you have been warned. As chapter 312 of the manga begins, the Sins have already realized that Ban and Meliodas did not succeed in defeating the Demon King as they initially thought. They now all know that the Demon King managed to survive somehow, that he found another vessel, and that he restored the curse that had been placed on Elizabeth. If that wasn't enough, natural disasters continue to rain down on Britannia as a result of Meliodas' continued presence in the mortal plane. And the latest culprit that is destroying the farms and houses of the kingdom is Giant Hail. With this, the story is once again reminding us that Meliodas was supposed to leave the mortal plane and enter the demon realm, and the fact that he still hasn't is going to have real consequences. Meanwhile, the Demon King inside Zeldris' body whips up some fancy new digs for himself and prepares to exact his revenge on Meliodas, Elizabeth, and the Sins. As he is testing out the strength of his new vessel, the Demon King says that Zeldris' body is performing smoothly and better than he had expected. The Demon King had been worried that Zeldris' body would not be able to perform as well as the body of Meliodas, but apparently Zeldris is also strong enough to allow the Demon King to use his full potential. But the Demon King is going to need some time to gain complete control of the vessel. As I predicted in last week's video about the shocking return of Zeldris, the Demon King has learned his lesson from the epic battle against Meliodas, Ban, and the others. He now realizes how strong the Sins are, and he is not about to underestimate them again. In the previous video, I said that the Demon King might summon the powerful Indura monsters from the demon realm in order to help him deal with the Sins, and that is exactly what he does in this chapter. The Demon King knows that now that Elizabeth's curse has been restored, the Sins will find his whereabouts eventually, so he uses the gate that Merlin had made earlier in order to summon a massive Endura beast from the demon realm. Now, the gate that Merlin had opened was only big enough for a human to pass through, and there was never any real danger of a powerful demon entering this realm through the gate. But the Demon King uses his own power to tear the gate open and summon an Endura, the very manifestation of destruction and death. The Sins can instantly sense what is happening, and they decided Gother, Merlin, King, Diane, and Ban will deal with the Endura, while Meliodas and Elizabeth face off against the Demon King. Poor Hawk and Escanor are tasked with informing King Bartra and the rest of the kingdom about what is happening, which is not the most glorious task to say the least, but hey, what can you do? Because Elizabeth's curse is back, Meliodas has to protect her and he cannot let her out of his sight, which means that the two of them must stay together and face the Demon King together. Meanwhile, Meliodas and Elizabeth are fully aware that the Demon King's new vessel is Zeldris, but Meliodas does not tell the rest of the Sins about this. He says that this is between him, his brother Zeldris, and their old man, the Demon King, and he doesn't want to involve anyone else. When she decides to come with him, Elizabeth hands Meliodas his sacred treasure, the demon sword Lostvayne. Now, to be honest, I've never really considered Meliodas' sacred treasure to be that important. It played an important role in defeating the Endura from the Prisoners of the Sky 7 Deadly Sins movie, but other than that, Lostvayne never really seemed to be like an essential item for Meliodas. However, we will see if now, in this new arc, Lostvayne will actually play a more central role. Perhaps some new, different powers and abilities related to Lostvayne will be revealed. The fact that Elizabeth makes it a point of returning the sacred treasure to Meliodas at this time seems significant to me, and I do expect that Lostvayne will play some role in the story in the near future. The chapter ends with Meliodas and Elizabeth flying off together to save Zeldris, and we get another beautiful moment between them that gives us further insight into why these two fell in love with each other in the first place. Meliodas says to Elizabeth, "You've always held my hand and been by my side. You've pushed me and given me courage. You were my light. It's all those things about you that made me fall in love with you." And I really can't overstate how much I feel that Elizabeth's character has developed as we've learned more and more about her. She clearly had such a massive impact on Meliodas and his life for thousands of years, and their love is an inspirational one. The human reincarnation of Elizabeth starts off as a pretty simple and basic character if we're being honest. But Elizabeth as a whole, including her complete character arc spanning over 100 lives, is definitely an excellent and fascinating character. My takeaway from this chapter is that we are gearing up for a massive showdown, one that will be even bigger than the previous battle against the Demon King. By summoning the Indura, and perhaps even more than one Endura, the Demon King shows us that he has learned his lesson and he has no intention of fighting Meliodas, Elizabeth, and the other sins on his own. The Demon King has two major factors working in his favor. First, Meliodas is not supposed to be here. He was supposed to return to the Demon Realm, and every extra moment that he spends in the mortal plane brings about more disaster and destruction to Britannia. It is only a matter of time before Meliodas begins to feel too guilty to remain here because he doesn't want innocent people to suffer. So in this sense, the Demon King has time on his side. Second, Elizabeth's curse has now returned, so at any moment, Meliodas is going to have to pay close attention to Elizabeth in order to keep her safe. This means that Meliodas cannot be fully focused on the battle against the Demon King because he will constantly be looking over his shoulder for any potential threat to Elizabeth. This is an additional thing that Meliodas has to worry about, and this certainly works in the Demon King's favor. However, the Demon King also has two factors working against him. First, as he said himself, he will need more time to gain complete control of his new vessel. So if Meliodas and Elizabeth can locate him right away, it is possible that the Demon King won't be able to face them at full power. Second, the real Zeldris is still there inside his own body, and the love of his life, Gelda, is also out there somewhere. We saw that in the previous battle, Meliodas was able to resist the Demon King's control from the inside, and especially after Elizabeth and the others were allowed to speak to him through Gother's invasion ability. So theoretically, the Demon King may face a similar issue with Zeldris. If the real Zeldris is able to regain consciousness on the inside, and if he realizes that Gelda has been released from the seal and is out there looking for him, Zeldris may be able to resist the Demon King's control long enough for Meliodas to defeat him. I expect that this arc will bring Zeldris' character development to the next level, as he struggles between his loyalty to his father, the ruler of the Demon Clan, and his desire to be with Gelda and change the Demon Realm for the better. His desire to rule in a more fair and more harmonious way than his father has ruled. I also expect that the battle will spread to include all of our favorite characters in one way or another, not just the Sins, and I'm expecting to see Mael in the One mode and also Escanor potentially getting Sunshine back so that he can once more be a useful member of the team. At any rate, I am certainly glad that the story didn't just end as abruptly as it seemed that it would. And I am happy that the complicated relationship between Meliodas, Zeldris, and their father is going to receive further development. I can't wait to see what happens next. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this new arc, and how do you think that the battle is going to unfold? Is the Demon King going to summon just one Endura, or a whole bunch of them? Is he going to face Meliodas head on, or is he going to hide out and bide his time until he gains complete control of his new vessel? And what role is Gelda going to play in all of this? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the 7 Deadly Sins content on this channel and you want to see more, you can leave a like to let me know. And if you're new to AnimeUproar, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, don't forget to check out our brand new Bon, Love the Pain, and Escanor All Hail the One shirts on AnimeUproar.com. A huge thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons for supporting our work. I want to especially thank our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Keelon, and Chubbs is the man. And another huge thank you to our The One tier patrons, the ones who stand above all other clans, including Ace, Matty Mac, James, Alolanatum, Ingrata, and Ahmad. And at the very pinnacle of interdimensional greatness, the tier reserved only for legends, a massive thank you to Baby Ray, the first ever disciple of Lord Twigo himself. If you guys feel that our content provides value for you and you want to support more, be sure to check out our Patreon link in the description. Even donating a single dollar will give you access to our AnimeUproar patron exclusive Discord, and your name will appear in our videos along with these amazing people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.